straight up out of St. Bees. That gets you nicely warmed up, if anything else. It is actually really muggy, so I'm absolutely sweating even just doing this first mile, so I'm going to take the hoodie off in a moment, I think. There is actually two paths. There's this one that I'm on, and then there's another one other side of that fence. So I'm guessing this is the original path, but it is quite close to the edge in places, so I think the next chance I get, I'll get back on the new one. The lighthouse has just come into view, so I'm going to go past that, stick to the traditional path rather than, I know some people turn right, but I'm just going to stick to the traditional path and keep going, and then eventually turn right and start heading east. I've just come across this little alcove. I have seen this on other people's videos, so yeah, I think I'm going to stop here and have 5 minutes. What a cool little place this is for a quick stop off. See the cliffs up there. I have seen this on other people's videos where they've come down off the path. Yeah, it's definitely worth popping down, I think, for a quick water break. Right, 5 more minutes and then we best crack on. Right, so we're off again. Nice little 10-minute break down there. Back up on the path. And we're just about to walk past the lighthouse, which is there. Now I know a lot of people turn right here and start going inland, and I did actually watch a programme of Wainwright doing the walk in the 80s, and he went right here, but according to the map and the Wainwright Coast to Coast book, you go straight on, so I'm going to stick to the original path and keep going. Don't know what these guys are doing. You see them there? It's like a rope going all the way across over to the other side. And there's a bloke over there. Bit of tightrope walking maybe. Yes, after 4 miles of a coastal path, we are finally heading in an easterly direction. So we've just passed through Sandwith. No shop of any kind that I could see, but it did have a pub. I haven't got time for beer. Would have been nice though. Nice cool pint of cider. Oh, it's really muggy today, it really is. I know I said on the coast. Every now and again there's a nice little breeze. Cools you down a little bit, but yeah, really hot and muggy. You do come across strange things in the countryside. What on earth is that? So I don't know how well this camera will pick this up, don't know if you can see that hill there, that's Dent Hill. But we can't go over that due to forestry works. There's a diversion still in place, which as far as I'm aware has been in place for well over a year now. But if you can see the fells behind, that's the Lake District fells, and that's where we'll be heading tomorrow, and we are allowed over them. So we've reached Moorland and the Wainwright statue. There he is. Robin Hood's Bay, 184 miles, St. Bees 7. The man himself. Look at them clodhoppers. Don't really look like Wainwright, but it's meant to be. Right, we're heading into Moorland. I think I'll stop here and have a sandwich. See if there's a shop where I can get a can of pop from or something. I've got water with me, but I just fancy a can of pop or something. It's absolutely boiling. Really muggy. Keep saying it, don't I? But yeah, I'm absolutely dripping. Better than raining, I think. Right, so there are no shops in Moorland. That's us leaving Moorland. Just talking to a local, and he reckons that there is no diversion over Dent. You can go over it. So I've got it mapped to where the diversion is, and it sends you left rather than straight up and over Dent. So we'll go and have a look and see. I would like to go over it because obviously it is quite an iconic part of the coast to coast. But if I can't, I'll have to go to the left and go round it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see who's right. Facebook or a local. St. Bees 8 mile, Robin Hood's Bay 182. We're getting there. So I'm now entering Wainwright's Passage. Job that Fiesta wasn't parked a little bit further back, I'd have missed that one. Facebook 1, local nil. You can't go over Dent Hill. Right, diversion in place. Follow the yellow C2C arrows. I have got it mapped this way on the watch, so yeah, I didn't think it was open. Quite surprised though, a local who lives a couple of miles away thinking it is. Right, that's a shame. Follow the diversion. Couple of lads ahead of me doing the C2C. They're the first people I've seen actually all day. I have seen other people with day sacks on, but whether they were just out for a day walk or doing this, I don't know. So we've just gone over 10 mile, and my plan is to, well, I actually had two plans. Plan A was to stay at the Fox and Hound at Ennerdale, which is 5 mile away. Plan B was to push on and get to Ennerdale Water and camp there for the night. But with it being a bank holiday weekend, my gut feeling is it might be busy with wild campers, and they are having a bit of a purge at the minute, the National Trust, where they're sending rangers out and moving people on because you're not meant to camp around the lakes. So I think I'm going to go with plan A, get to the Fox and Hound, camp there, then at least I know I'm not going to get moved on. But they haven't got any showers, so it's going to be a wet whitewash. But at least I'll be able to get a pint of something later on and have something to eat and that. So, and it has been a long day. I was up at like 4:30, so yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Get to Ennerdale, get to the Fox and Hound, and yeah, camp there for the night, I think. So we are back on the official path. Woohoo! Finally. It was basically road walking. You just basically walk round Dent Hill on the road. Quite boring. But there you go. So I think we're about a mile off Nanny Catch Beck, and then I think we're only a couple of miles off Ennerdale. So yeah, good to be back on the official coast to coast path. So this is where I would have come out of. Bit of an explanation there. Due to fallen trees, no access. C2C route blocked through a Black Howe forest. Please follow diversion shown on map. So there you go. It's definitely not open. So yeah, that's the way I would have come out. But there was Alfred Wainwrights signs down there, as you'll have probably seen. Don't know. Maybe the Dent section is going to be taken out. I don't know. It has been shut for a long time. But I am now 100% on the proper path. Maybe that's the new path that I was on before. I don't know. Right. I've literally got just over 3 miles to go now to Fox and Hound pub. So last time I was here, I actually parked my car where that sign is. It takes you to like a riding stable, and the woman let me park my car there for the night. And I went off and did all these Wainwrights, about 5 of them I think there was. Grike, Langrig I think. I remember we camped on Haycock. It's about a 15-mile circular it was. I remember going up through that wood over there. Yeah, and I remember seeing the C2C boulder, and I thought to myself, maybe one day. And here we are. It's happening today. So I've got a bit of road walking now into Ennerdale. A couple of miles, and that's it. We should be there. I might stop at the Grafter, and maybe get something to drink there first. I think it's like a touristy thing, so I might stop there first. I think it's only 100 yards before the Fox and Hound, so get a can of pop or something from there. But yeah, nearly there now. So it's called the Gatherer, and it's shut. Oh well. The Fox and Hound is literally just around the corner. So we'll go there, get checked in, and have a well-deserved pint, I think. Right, so I've got all pitched up at the Fox and Hound. Obviously I'm not in my tent, I'm not actually at the Fox and Hound. I've come away. It's on like a strip of grass, and there's a couple of other tents there, so I've just come away to give them a bit of privacy. It's just there behind me. So not a bad day today. I've done 14.76 miles, so just under 15 miles. I left St Bees about 10:45, and I got here about 5 o'clock, so roughly about 6 hours walking I've done. Did stop a few times. It's been an enjoyable day, but it has been a really hot, humid day, and it's a shame that I couldn't go over Dent. Although, talking to one of the lads that's pitched next to me, he actually climbed over the fence and he went up, and he said when he got to the top of Dent there was half a dozen people up there. So I don't know, the sign said it was shut, so I took the diversion, so make of that what you will. So I'm going to go into the pub, I'm going to have some food, a couple of pints of cider I think, with plenty of ice, because I am still quite hot. There's obviously no facilities here, so there's only toilets, and that's the pub toilet, but there's no showers or anything, so it's been a bit of a wet whitewash tonight. I could have carried on and gone to Ennerdale and camped by the lake, but I do camp a lot in the Lake District, and I always camp high up, and camping around the lakes, it just goes against everything that, you know, that I kind of practice. You're not meant to camp around the lakes. I know it's different being on the coast to coast, but I didn't want to get there, and there was loads of people wild camping around the lake shore. So yeah, I'm more than happy to stay here. So right, food, cider, plenty of ice, sleep, and I'll see you all tomorrow on day 2 of the coast to coast. Good morning, welcome to day 2 of the coast to coast. So we're just leaving the Fox and Hound at Ennerdale. Nice little pub, typical quirky Cumbria pub. Strip of grass at the back of the pub to put your tent on. Went and had some food in there last night. The food was amazing. Definitely not shy on the portions. I couldn't eat it all. It was too much. A couple of ciders, and I got in my sleeping bag and straight to sleep. The overflow bit is on the other side of the pub where the canopies are, so if you turn up a bit later you can pitch there as well. So yeah, not a bad little spot. It's just a pity they didn't have any shower facilities, but it is a pub at the end of the day. It's not a campsite, is it? Right, Ennerdale water. Let's get some miles ticked off. So it looks like this is closed as well. Bridle Way through Broadmoor closed on the weekends. And today's Sunday. Another diversion. Oh well. At least the sun's coming up. Can't be helped, can it? So this is why it's closed. A lot of it's been felled, which is a shame. It'll look very different when all this is gone. Ennerdale water. And despite knowing the Lake District as well as I do, I've never actually been here. I've seen it so many times from the fells above, looking down, but this is the first time I've ever actually been here. So I think I'm going to sit on that bench for a moment, have a cereal bar or something, and then I'm going to take the traditional route around to the right. I know that you can go around it to the left, but now I'm going to go over Robin Hood's Chair and go that way. But yeah, I'm going to sit here for a moment, enjoy this for a bit. Right, let's get going. Sunglasses on. I'm actually walking into the sun. It's getting stronger. Loads of places to wild camp. You see why it's popular. Right, let's get going. Nothing like a good stretch before an early morning swim. Could do with a good stretch myself. So this bit, according to the map, is Robin Hood's Chair. I thought it was a bit more bigger than this. But yeah, according to the map, this is it. Why it's called Robin Hood's Chair, I've no idea. I don't think it's got anything to do with Robin Hood. I could be wrong. If anyone knows, let me know. And it looks like we're going up there now. Bit of scrambling. This has been an absolute gorgeous walk this morning. Nice cool breeze off the water. We're heading straight into the mountains. The sun might blur it out, but yeah, this is getting ever more familiar for me. Right, onward, and looking at the path upward. Couple of little scrambly bits, nothing major. Yeah, back down again. Just pause for a moment. Look at that. How still the lake is. Not a breath of wind. Great Bourne up there. Stirling Dod, camped on that one. And then the high style range up there, which is the high route if you want to do the high route. But isn't that picture postcard? Fantastic. So I'm nearly at the end of the Ennerdale water section. Bit of a bridge to cross over and then through a forest and then onto Black Sail Hut, which again I've seen many times from above but never actually been to or been inside, so I'm quite looking forward to that. Definitely going to stop there and have a coffee or something if I can make myself one. Right, keep plugging away. So that gate we've just come through, if you go up there, that's the high route onto Red Pike, High Stile, High Crag, and then you drop down and back up onto Haystacks. I've camped on High Stile, camped on Haystacks a couple of times. I never even considered going up there when I planned the route. It's just something I don't need to do. I've done it, and I think as part of your coast to coast walk, it's a lot of elevation, a lot of work, but if you're fit enough and determined to do it, it's up there. But now I'm going to carry on, get to Blacksails Hut and admire the view from down here for a change instead of up there. This is Blacksails Hut, and it's open. Oh, it's hot, I can have a brew. Wow, what a great place. I've seen this place so many times from above and never been in it. Fantastic. I think I'm going to have a brew. Might have a bar of chocolate as well and a bag of crisps. Although I have got food with me. I'll stay here for a bit, I think. And then get going again. What a great place that is. I've always wanted to visit it. I've seen it so many times when I've been on these surrounding mountains looking down. I actually had the place to myself for a while as well. There was a couple there when I got there and then they went. And I spent about half an hour, had a brew and a chocolate bar, Mars bar, and then some other people have come, so I'll let them enjoy it. Time to press on. So we are now heading up there and then down to Honister Slate Mine. So yeah, let's get this climb out of the way. So from leaving the hut, I've followed the path, followed it all the way up here, and then it's rejoined this path. And then I've noticed there's a higher path here, so I'm not too sure where that started, but I am on the right path because someone's wrote it there. It's also right on the map as well. I've just checked the map. There's quite a nice marker cairn there, so I'm going to cross over and then straight up there. But what a valley this is. Wainwright described it as the most loneliest valley, but the most beautifulest valley in the Lake District. And I think I agree with him on both quotes on that. Pillar, Kirkfell, my favourite mountain, Great Gable, Green Gable, Windy Gap in the middle. I've camped on all of them, and every time I've always been looking down into the valley. So to actually be in this valley is quite cool for me. And I know that the chances of me being back here are quite slim. Being back on these mountains and fells is quite is highly, you know, possible. I probably will be back on them camping again. Looking down, reminiscing, thinking, God, remember when I walked the coast to coast and I was in that valley? I must have been mad. Right, let's get ourselves up here. So there's another diversion in place. Second one of the day. It's only a short one though. Can't go straight on. I've got to go round here. Just goes round and over there. There's a steep one, this though. That's where I've come up. I think I'm about halfway up. I'm hoping I'm about halfway up. Right, follow the diversion. I think it's starting to level out. Just got this bit to do now. Follow it up here. So anyone thinking of doing the high route, is that big one there. That's the high style range, so that's where you've got to come across and then down and onto haystacks, which is this one in the front. You can't see an ornament at Tarn, but it's there. Just see Greenup water down there. You can actually see Ennerdale water, which is where I was this morning. Get pillar. Looks huge from this side. Now flat Kirk Fellies, but when you're up there on it, it's not flat. Just looks at it. Right, just this bit to do now, and then it joins up with the path that leads down to Honest Slate Mine, and I think I might call in there and have a coffee or something. Stop there for 20 minutes, and then it's all downhill into Rossthwaite. Right. Carry on. Right, quick pit stop at a very, very busy Honest Slate Mine. There's a guy I know works there, Rowley. I was talking to him, said I'm doing coast to coast. He said, what? Are you mad? Right, it's all downhill now into Rossthwaite. Tempting, but that would be cheating. So my original plan for today was to stop at Chapel House campsite, which is what I've just passed. But I think what I'm going to do, because it's only 3:45, I'm going to carry on and get as far as I can up Greenup edge there. There's a bridge here, don't know if the camera will pick it out, but there's a bridge there that you cross. So I have actually cut a little bit of a corner off the original coast to coast and Cumbria Way path is there. So I've just cut this little bit of a corner off. You kind of go down into Borrowdale and then you sort of come back on yourself along this path. It's I'm sure lots of people cut it out because there used to be a campsite here, Stonethwaite. This is just a car park now, but further on there used to be a campsite that a lot of people stayed at. So yeah, I'm going to see how far I can get up Greenup Edge before the caffeine that I had at Honester Slate Mine runs out. Hopefully I'll get to the top and then just wild camp up at the top, and then it'll give me a bit of a head start on tomorrow, because tomorrow's quite a long day, dropping into Grasmere and then up to Greenup, Tarn, and then down into Patterdale. So it's quite a big day tomorrow, so the more I can do today, the easier it'll be, or the less I'll have to do tomorrow. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going. So the path that I'm currently on is the coast to coast, as well as the Cumbria Way path. And the last time I was on this path, I was walking the Cumbria Way, and this is what I said. So the path that I'm actually on is the coast to coast path as well as the Cumbria Way path. So if you're doing the coast to coast, you'd go to the left of Eagle Crag and go up Greenup Edge. But obviously we're going to follow the Cumbria Way path, which is to the right, and continue on up the Barrowdale Valley. But today we are going left and we're going straight up on the coast to coast path. So we are about 3/4 of the way up. Just got this to do. That's Lining Crag. So once I get past that, it carries on up, but it starts to level out. So we've done that. That's the first false summit you come to there. Path drops down the other side. Eagle Crag there. Sergeant Crag. An old scarf over there. The sun's been behind Eagle Crag as I've been coming up, so I've been in the shade a bit, but yeah, still getting a sweat on. Right, let's get this last bit done and get to the top. The summit of a Lining Crag. That's where I've come from, down there. And I've just got that bit to do there. I don't think I've ever been on this summit. It's not a Wainwright, but yeah, quite cool views up here. Wolf Scarf behind me. Eagle Crag, Sergeant Crag, High Raise, which is the way I'm heading, although I won't be going up there. Oh, and loads of them black flies around here. Right, let's carry on. Just get this last bit done, up onto Greenup Edge. Right, so I got to Greenup Edge, which is up there, and then I just kept on going and ended up coming down a bit on the other side. So I'm going to get some water out of this stream, keep going a little bit further, probably to somewhere over there. That's where it then drops down even more into the valley, and then into Grasmere. So yeah, I've done more than I thought I'd do, and I just carried on going. It's a nice evening, so it's a bit cooler on this side. So yeah, just been in my own little world plodding away. But I'm going to get some water, carry on a little bit further, because I'm getting hungry now, and then I'll find somewhere to pitch for the night. Right, so I finally got pitched up. What do you think? Not a bad view. I've got tea on the go. I'm on a something to eat meal, spag bol. Just made myself a brew, and I've also got a can of Fanta, which I picked up at Honister Slate Mine, which I forgot about. So I'm going to enjoy that. Pity it's not a can of cider, but there you go. Can of Fanta will do. So in the morning, all I've got to do is drop down to this path and follow it down into Grasmere. So I've got a lot further than what I thought I'd get today, and then some. I'm not too sure on the mileage because my watch died coming up onto Greenup Edge at around about 17 mile. I'm guessing I've done about 19, but when I get home I'll work it out and I'll put it on screen. But yeah, I'm guessing around 19. So I'm going to enjoy the last of the evening. Sun's just gone down over Greenup Edge, which is where I came over before. And my view is actually one of the high routes. So you've got Calf Crag, Gibson Knot, and then right at the end you've got Helm Crag. So this is actually an optional coast to coast high route if you wanted to do it. And they are three Wainwrights. But I'm just going to drop into the valley. And when I get into Grasmere, there's a YHA, so I'm going to use their shower and get a breakfast there as well. And then it gives me more time in Grasmere because I need to pick up some can of gas. I'll probably get some dinner there as well, pick up some dinner. And it just gives me more time to get up to Grisdale Tarn and then down into Patterdale. And then there's a campsite just out of Patterdale, Sidings Farm I think it's called. So I'll probably stay there, or if I've got time on my hands I might go up to Angle Tarn. So yeah, what I've done today I'm really pleased with. It's like I say, it's a lot more than I was expecting to do, and then I've done even more as well. But it's a nice evening, it's still, there's no wind. It was quite cool on this side. I just kept going. So right, I'm going to enjoy my spag bol, my can of Fanta, that view, and then I'm going to get some shut eye. So I shall see you all tomorrow for day 3 of the coast to coast. See you tomorrow. Well, good morning. Not a bad view to wake up to. Slept like a log last night. Not a breath of wind, didn't hear anything apart from the odd Herdwick sheep. Yeah, I was out for the count. So I've just made myself a brew. Gonna finish that, a cereal bar, get packed up. And then like I said last night, I'm just gonna follow this path down into Grasmere. Probably an hour and a half, something like that. I reckon I'll be in Grasmere. There's actually someone having an early morning ride in an air balloon. Very nice. And I've got a couple of Herdwicks here that have been watching me this morning. I don't know if you see them on camera. 3 of them looking down on me. Probably thinking, what on earth is he doing? Right. Have this brew, cereal bar, get packed up, and then we'll get going again. Right then, bags on back. Leave no trace as always. If you're wild camping in the Lake District, apart from a bit of flat grass, no, I didn't know I'd been there. Let's get going. Welcome to day 3. So that bridge I've just gone over has actually appeared on a couple of my videos. I did a video about 2 winters ago and it was literally knee deep in snow around here. So if you're wondering what the Lake District looks like in winter when they've had heavy snowfall, I'll stick some footage on and you can see the difference between summer and winter of me coming over that bridge and along this path. So the coast to coast path goes that way, but I'm going to go this way and that'll take me into Grasmere, which is only a couple of miles away, and calling the YHA, which is literally just outside Grasmere Centre. Hopefully get a shower and hopefully they're still serving breakfast. It's 9:15. I left camp at 7:30, so an hour and 3/4, so about, yeah, it's going to be over 2 hours actually, by the time I get here. Yeah, just hope they're still doing breakfast. Can't get breakfast, I'm praying that I can get a shower. Yeah. Shower's more important than the breakfast. I can get something in Grasmere. Right, result, breakfast, shower, feel like a new man. They actually stopped serving breakfast at 9 o'clock and I got there at 20 past. But I was like, oh please, I'm doing the coast to coast, is there nothing you've got left? So I think the woman took pity on me and put a breakfast together for us. So thanks very much for that. Right, Grasmere next, pick some gas up and nip in the co-op. Right, so we're all sorted. So that's us leaving Grasmere. Start making our way up now to Tarn. Another warm one today. I think we're about halfway up. Just got to get over this brow here, carry on a bit further across a bouldery path. Barrowdale Tarn is the other side. That's the way I've come up. Not too bad. It's kind of an undulating path with a very steep bit at the end. But yeah, it's certainly a hot one again today. Alright, onward. Barrowdale, Tarn. It's been a while since I've been up here. I think last time I came off Dollywagon, came down and then dropped into Barrowdale. St Sunday's Crag, which is one of the high routes on coast to coast. Fairfield up there. Yeah, I think I'm going to find somewhere to stop where the outlet is. Top my water bottles up. Put a few bits on charge my watch up. Yeah, it's not a bad spot to stop. I've got time on my hands. And then it's all the way down into Barrowdale. The way down into Barrowdale. It is a bit of a slog. I've done it a few times. It takes longer than you think. Just going to chill out with a brew first though. We'll get away down into Barrowdale. Right, we're off again, all the way down into Barrowdale. Right, so we've made it to Barrowdale, just at Barrowdale Cricket Club. So Angle Tarn is up there, and Side Farm, where I was going to camp, is just down the road. It's 3:30, so I'm in a similar situation to what I was yesterday. So do I carry on up to Angle Tarn, or do I go to the campsite and have an early finish? It would be nice to camp at Angle Tarn, because this will be the last chance I get to wild camp, because after today I'm staying at pubs and campsites and places like that, farms and stuff. Yeah, I think I'm going to carry on, get up to Angle Tarn, hope it's not busy, and camp there for the night, and then it gives me a slightly less day tomorrow. Yeah, let's do that. Not bad view behind me. See the valley where I came through before. Actually see the cricket club where I was. Onward. I think I'm about halfway. It's not been too bad. Right, keep going. It's a bit windy up here. Hopefully when I drop down to the Tarn I'll get out this wind. There's a few people behind me. all with big rucksacks on. I guess they're heading where I'm heading. It could be coast to coasters, you never know. Yeah, I hope we can get out this wind. A very lovely angled tarn, and I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tents. Oh well, it's going to be 11 in a minute. Right, let's find somewhere to pitch down there out of the way. Right, so I've got pitched up at Angle Tarn, which is something I never thought I'd say. I have actually camped here before, a couple of winters ago, with a good pal of mine. We were meant to camp on one of the fells, I can't remember which one it was, and the weather turned. So we dropped down to Angle Tarn and we pitched up in the snow, and there was about half a dozen tents around it then. If I can find a picture, I'll put it on the screen. I've actually counted 15 tents since I've pitched up. So that means there's 16 tents at Angle Tarn. But it is a lovely spot. I'll show you. You can see why people come here. Just watching the sun go down over there. So another productive day on the coast to coast. Got a little bit further than I originally planned, so it means that tomorrow it gives me a head start again. So instead of leaving Barrowdale side farm, which is where I was going to camp, and then coming up to Angle Tarn, I'm already here. So tomorrow morning it's just a case of going up to Kidsty Pike, which is the highest point of the coast to coast, and then dropping down the other side around Haweswater and make my way to Shap. So yeah, it's given me a little head start like it did today, coming up Greenup edge yesterday. So I'm just going to have some tea, another dried meal, chicken curry, and I picked up a bottle of Lucasade in Grasmere, believe it or not. So I've lugged that from Grasmere today. So hopefully my 15 neighbours will be quiet later on. If they're not, I'll have to stick the earplugs in. But I think if you're going to camp at Angle Tarn, you've got to camp here if you're doing the coast to coast. Yeah. Right. I shall see you all tomorrow for day 4 of the coast to coast. See you tomorrow. Well, good morning. As you can probably hear, it's chucking it down, absolutely blowing a gale. It's been like this all night. So a really good feature of this tent is you can drop the inner whilst you're in it. So everything's packed away, waterproof's on. It's time to get going. What a difference a day can make. Welcome to day 4. Right then, let's get going and leave the lovely but rather wet Angle Tarn behind. Looks like another tent appeared during the night, so make that 17 here last night. Alright, let's get going. Well, how different is it today than from yesterday? It just goes to show you that the weather in the Lake District, it can just change dramatically from gorgeous hot sunshine yesterday to blowing a gale and chucking it down today. It can even change like this in a day. So you've just got to be prepared. So I'm just heading up there to the knot. I'm not going to go to the summit, I'm going to bypass it and then make my way over to Kidsty Pike. But yeah, that's the way I've just come. I think it's actually stopping raining. Right, onward anyway. So the knot is just up there. I've basically come round, bypassed it. So the way I'm going to go now is follow this dry stone wall straight up. If I was to go that way, it'd take me up to Ramsgill Head and then onto High Raise. I'm going to go this way. But I need to keep an eye on my navigation because it keeps clagging in. And I don't want to end up going too far and ending up on High Street. So I'm just going to have to keep an eye on things and eventually turn left and then over to Kidsty Pike. All good fun. Kidsty Pike summit, the highest point on the coast to coast, and right now probably the windiest and wettest. Welcome to the Lake District. It's summertime. Right, it's no point hanging around. Let's get down. Right, so we're almost down. Just got this last bit to do here. Last time I came down off Kidsty Pike, I remember the path being quite sketchy in places. But it looks like the park rangers have been repairing it. So thank you to them. There used to be sections where you had to sort of lower yourself down. But they've put boulders there now, so it's just like a staircase. Yeah, loads better. Right, let's keep on going and get down to Haweswater. It's actually clearing and the sun is trying to come out over there, which would be nice. Right, let's keep going. It's almost clear up there now. So that's Kidsty Pike up there, which is the way I've come. I've come down this. Look how moody High Street looks up there in the clag. But where I'm heading, it's all nice and sunny around Haweswater. So I think what I'll do, I'll get to the water's edge and chance taking the waterproofs off. Hopefully it don't rain again. We've got to go all the way around that. I think the first stream that I come to, I'm going to collect some water, have something to eat, ditch the waterproofs. Right, that feels so much better to get the waterproofs off. So I've got blue sky where I'm heading and grey cloud following me. So let's get going. Don't want to be putting the waterproofs back on today. Yep, Literally 5 minutes later, the waterproofs are back on. Looks like I'm hiking in waterproofs today then. Now the sun's come out again. I'm not taking them off again. I'll wait till I get to the end of the reservoir. I couldn't wait. It's too hot in them waterproofs. Absolutely sweating. So the dam is just there. Walk past that and start heading into Shap. Just done over 7 miles since leaving Tarn this morning. Most of the walk has been really elevated up from the reservoir. I thought you'd be sort of low down walking past it, but you're not. You're quite high up. Some places you can't even see it. It's covered by trees and woodland and that. Right, let's keep going. Get this last section done. If you have found a blue lightweight jacket, please contact me. I shall be in Shap tonight. So will I. And it started raining again. So I'm going to have to put my orange jacket on again. It's quite rare that you see one these days with a phone in it. Normally they've got a defibrillator in them. I don't need to call anyone right now though. Yes, we're nearly there. And the sun's come back out again. So we've arrived at Shap Abbey, which is quite an iconic place on the coast to coast. Main tower's there. There's more ruins over there. So I'm not actually that far from Shap now, and I'm staying at the Crown Inn pub. And it's only 2:30, so I've done quite well for time today. So I think what I'll do, I'll have 5-10 minutes here. And then I'll crack on and get going, get to the pub, get out these waterproofs for the last time today. Right, so we have arrived at the Crown Inn, and this is my little pod, my little micro pod for the night. It's even got a little window, I think. £10 for the night, and it was £10 to camp, which is there. So I thought I might as well have the little pod. I don't think there's anyone next door. Can get food here. Showers are through that door there. So yeah, that'll do. Right. I'm going to get all sorted. Right, so I'm all set up in my little pod. Shall give you a look round. Won't take very long because there's not really much to show you. So I've just got all my gear on this side. Beer garden's there. Toilet and shower is literally to the right. Literally about a metre away from where I am. And then obviously me on this side. It was a tenner for camping or a tenner for the pod, so it was a bit of a no-brainer really.
the tent was soaking from this morning, so I've had that hanging up to dry, and it was just a no-brainer. I've been able to unpack everything, repack things neatly, get stuff dried, have a bit of a rubbish clear out. I've just been and had a shower. The shower's okay, it's just a toilet and a shower on the wall, that's it, and a sink. It's pretty basic, but for £10 you can't really expect much. It's not somewhere I'd normally stay, but walking the coast to coast, backpacking the coast to coast, it's absolutely fine. So they don't start serving food until 6. It's currently 5:30. So I'm going to go in a bit, have a pint, have some food, probably have another pint. They've said that I can plug in, so I'll be able to charge some batteries up and stuff, and then get back in here and probably chill for a bit, and then get some shut-eye. Bit of a wet one today, as you probably saw. It was a bit wild this morning, leaving Tarn and then going up to Kidsty Pike. It's a shame it was all clagged in, because the views from Kidsty Pike are amazing, and I've only ever been there once before when I was bagging the Wainwrights. So yeah, I was a bit gutted that I didn't have the views this morning. Coming down off Kidsty Pike, I remember last time it was quite sketchy, and there's a few sections where you have to sort of lower yourself down, but it's now all like rocky steps and everything, and I got down a lot quicker than I thought. So yeah, as I pointed out on the sign, it looks like the park rangers have made it a lot safer by putting all the rocks and stuff in. The walk around Haweswater was a bit disappointing, really. I actually thought you'd walk alongside the lake like you did coming around Ennerdale, but you don't. You just follow a very narrow path and you go up away from Haweswater, so you're actually looking down onto it, and then the sections where you can't even see it, it disappears behind some woodland, and you're going through ferns and everything, and it went on and on for ages. So I think the alternative for it is people go up to High Raise and then they drop down that way, and I think if I ever did the coast to coast again, I would definitely go that way. Yeah, the walk around Haweswater, it was very long and it was just a path. You couldn't really see much. So and then the rest of it was just farmers' fields, and then into Shap via Shap Abbey. So yeah, not a bad day. Stats wise, I've done just over 13 mile, and I left Tarn at 20 to 8 this morning, and I got here at the pub for about 3 o'clock. So time wise, not done too bad. And then I've just chilled out for a couple of hours, like I say, sorted stuff out, had a shower and that, and yeah, it's given me a bit of time. So tomorrow I'll be going over the M6 and into Yorkshire. So sadly this is the Cumbria section done. Once I get over that motorway, I know it's not the official sort of boundary or border. I think the Yorkshire border's a bit further on, but I know a lot of people once they go over the M6, they kind of class it as they're into Yorkshire, and yeah, I'll be doing the same. So right, gonna go and get some food, like I say, a couple of pints, and get back here and get some shut-eye, I think. So I shall see you all tomorrow in Yorkshire for day 5 of the coast to coast. See you tomorrow.